Today we're going to give you a brand new way to play Skyrim, because I scoured through some of Skyrim's most lesser known mods and even created an exclusive mod to bring you a synergy like you've never seen before. So in this video I'm going to showcase some of the coolest and game-changing new mods for Skyrim that combine the best parts of the Shadow of Mordor games in order to bring you an incredibly fun, incredibly Middle-earth style playthrough to enrich your Skyrim experience. Welcome to the next episode of Game Change. I want to give a huge thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. ExpressVPN is a virtual private network giving you a secure tunnel between your device and the internet, protecting you from online snooping, interference, and censorship. They even use top-of-the-line encryption so powerful that it would take a hacker with a supercomputer billions of years to crack, keeping your online activity private. Some of the reasons I personally recommend ExpressVPN is the fast speeds. They invest in only premium servers, making them consistently faster than any other VPN provider. They have servers in 94 countries, so you can change your location to nearly any country in the world and watch whatever you want. And ExpressVPN is rated the #1 provider by CNET, The Verge, Mashable, TechRadar, and more. I mean, in the past I've used ExpressVPN to get discounted Netflix codes, saving a hefty sum when added up, and it also lets you change your country location, allowing you to watch shows from all across the world. Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/burns or clicking the link in the description below. Let's begin at the very core of your game, and that means building out the visual mod selection for this video. And might I say, this is one of the best I've seen in a while. First we'll start with our lighting, with the weather and ENB. And for this video, Natural Atmospheric Tamriel is going to form the basis of our weathers, with Berserkyr ENB to do the bulk of the heavy lifting in order to create a beautiful and fresh template that serves Skyrim one of the nicest visual facelift I've had the pleasure of showing off on this channel. Not only does its daytimes bloom with colour and light, but I cannot express enough how much I adore this ENB's nighttime, by enlightening the starlit skies with a burst of colour and quality that I've rarely seen in any ENB before. Next, for our textures, I found that Skyland brought the best tone to our world to go hand in hand with this visual style, painting Skyrim's landscapes with a high detail but pretty performance friendly swash of beautiful rocks and grassy ground covers that lays out a perfect canvas for the flora mods of this video. And in this case, I tested out a few different combinations in order to give the world a lush but diverse selection of regions, and I found that a combination of Skyrim 3D trees, dark forests of Skyrim, and an additional implementation of the ancient forest of Falkreath created an amazing, fantastical world reminiscent of various regions found across Middle-earth. And finally is our grass, changing from my usual Falkvanger and this time taking Veydosebrom for a spin. And with only these 7 mods, you can completely rework Skyrim's visual tone and exploration. And also specific setup help can always be found with the accompanying video guide I'll be releasing over on Patreon in a couple of days. In this part of the video, we'll cover a selection of hand-picked armor and weapons for you to obtain across your journey. And of course, it wouldn't be right to have a Shadow of Mordor themed video without harnessing the power of the most intricately designed armor pieces in the game. And that of course is going to be Celebrimbor's armor, which comes in an amazing content pack named Celebrimbor's Armory, which in itself is a stunning reflective elven plate armor forged by the most talented elven smith in Middle-earth. But the mod also comes with Celebrimbor's hammer, a unique arrow set along with a bow of course, to provide you with a loadout fit for an elven lord. But our selection of armor definitely does not stop there. We also have Talion, a Gondorian ranger, to take care of, with the amazingly designed light leather armor set, fittingly named of course, the Gondorian Ranger armor. But not only does it fit the theme of this video and playstyle incredibly well, but also imbues the sigil of the White Tree upon the character, a sign of the great city of Gondor. But now let's stray away from both Talion and Celebrimbor for a moment to offer up some more generic Middle-earth inspired armor sets. First with the armor adorned by the elven armies, known for their tall and slender physiques. The Noldor content pack provides a series of amazing new tiered armor sets to give you a sense of progression throughout your playthrough. But furthermore, this mod also provides a series of deadly elven themed blades and weaponry. From daggers and bows to tall pointed shields for protection. But from high elven lords of light, we now turn our gaze to the old wraiths of dark, where we will take a look at a pack designed to offer a more insidious path through your playthrough. Designed after the ring wraiths in The Lord of the Rings, the Nazgul Armor Set provides a faceless wraith robe with black Morgul gauntlets, and really embodies the evil wraith spirit the Nazgul possess. And the mod even comes with a variety of weapons, including the Morgul blade itself, along with the Witch King's sword, allowing you to lean further into your evil playthrough if you so choose. And finally, to truly delve deep into the Dark Lord playthrough, we'll travel over to the lands of Mordor, to the peaks of Mount Doom itself. For you can also obtain the Dark Lord armor, actually modelled straight out of Shadow of War, with blackened spiked pauldrons and edged ripples flowing throughout. It truly does give off an immense Dark Lord atmosphere, and is honestly one of the cooler armor sets I've seen recreated in Skyrim's engine. But I wanted to also highlight some standalone weapons and specific armor pieces that you have been seeing worn so far in this video. First is the Millwood Cloak, actually from Dark Souls 3, but resembles a Gondorian cloak Talion wears in the game quite accurately. And speaking of Talion, you can also wield his two weapons, but some of my favourite swords to have ever been created are the Dunmeri swords, providing two new embroidered blades in both one and two-handed variants. So now we have our visuals covered, our weapons and armour taken care of, it's time to focus on the gameplay, in my opinion the most important part of this video. Of course, we have to begin with true directional movement, a all-in-one mod that adds features such as full 360 directional camera movement while running. Even sprinting now lets you move the camera, allowing you full control like other good third-person games. The mod also allows for full directional movement in combat too, but one of my favourite features comes in its enemy lock-on functionalities, allowing target locking for melee, ranged, and even magic casting. And if you choose to turn it on, there's even a projectile homing feature so you can shoot dragons straight out of the sky with ease, mitigating much of what makes dragon fighting frustrating in the base game. Next, in order to emulate Shadow of Mordor's movement closer, we're using Meta Faster Movement, a relatively simple mod that just increases your movement speed ever so slightly, especially when sprinting. This mod feels a lot better than vanilla in my opinion. And next is Better Jumping, a mod that adds a bunch of features, but most notably, giving you the ability to double jump in order to make traversal more freeing. But that's not it. It also permits you to reach further distances by allowing sprint jumps. But now we have the core of our movement, it's time to tune in some flair. And seeing as we won't be able to get full climbing like the original games, we're going to add parkour in Skyrim. A mod that replaces various directional jump animations with different flips, dives and leaps, even coming with an optional unique sprint jump animation. But the problem I was encountering after installing this mod with our double jumps is that there was just so much flipping and spinning, and it didn't really feel like Shadow of War where the first jump is regular and then the second is a flip. So I actually went out of my way to have a custom mod made, and that's when Shadow of War Spirit Jump was born. Created through gracious help from Monitor144, which utilises the setup we have just created, to first of all only flip on the double jump, but he even went out of his way to put the player into spirit form for a few seconds and add mid-air hang time when drawing a bow while jumping. But there is one last thing that is pretty required if we're going to execute this setup, and that's the mod No Fall Damage. Because it'll be pretty inconvenient to die every time you executed a double jump just because you literally flew too close to the sun. And with all those traversal mods combined, we now have one of the coolest new modded movement systems. One of the main struggles I had concepting this video was trying to find mods that either transformed Skyrim into Mordor or added Mordor itself. And then it hit me. Why am I trying to make Skyrim more like Mordor, when Elder Scrolls already has a Mordor of its own? Shadow of Morrowind, a mod that brings back the vast lands of Morrowind into the Skyrim engine, and while being far from complete, with no quests or content really, if you have the right visual mods like those shown off in this video, then areas that would have looked rather empty beforehand actually still work and feel like a believable land, filled with wonder and mystery. But more importantly than that, for the purpose of our video today, it adds a huge, ashy doomed world centered around an erupting volcano. And obviously, how much closer to Mordor can you ask for without just getting Mordor? And as I mentioned, I don't want to set any expectations that can't be met. There are select fully built out locations, with cities and settlements alike, and even extremely rarely, some hidden and unique encounters to be had if you seek them out hard enough. But this mod at its current stage is just a landscape work in progress, with no quests or much life at all, and with some large-scale open areas that are even yet to be touched. But even so, I think you'll agree just from seeing some of the landscape shots captured in this video, that if you was going to roleplay that the lands of Mordor lay dormant in wait, then there is no better mod just to give Morrowind a stroll and take in the beauty of the areas that have been completed or worked on. And overall, Shadow of Morrowind is just that. In its current form, a visual showcase of the modder's vision for Morrowind, and a display of beautiful landscapes and stunning scenery. So be it a nice venture to take a look at, or you roleplay a lone wanderer in an abandoned land, I would give the mod a try for yourself. And with that being said, let's move on to the final mod of this video. Shadow of Skyrim is a new alternate death and Nemesis system for Skyrim, where now, instead of reloading a save, when you are defeated in battle, your player will be born anew. Awakening in a new location, be it the wilderness or specific areas dependent on how or who you got killed by, it will be your task to return to the place you perished. Upon reaching your place of rest, you might notice a few things missing from your person. Notably certain unique weapons or armor pieces that have been taken by the enemy that slayed you. And so your quest begins to track down this foe and return what is rightfully yours, and remove the negative debuff placed upon you at death.
On the menu, I will have my vengeance. You call that fighting?
And that's just a small, slightly overdramatic showcase of what this mod is capable of doing. There is a bunch more detailed features you should check out for yourself, but with that I'm going to close out this video. As always, the setup guide to this video can be found over on Patreon. If it's not there yet, it will be soon. But I want to give a huge thanks to you guys for watching, Hopefully I've got some very exciting new videos coming up in the next few months to close out the year, but if you want to join me when I'm live streaming Skyblivion development, then follow my new Twitch channel linked in the description. But other than that, please do let me know what videos you would like to see from me in the comments, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. That's it from me. Thank you all once again for tuning in. I'm going to make more Game Change episodes soon, I promise, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.